Hey everyone, and welcome to a new show on the channel called Side Quest. The idea is one where we talk about games not on Switch or other Nintendo platforms, sometimes news itself from the perspective of a Nintendo fan like me. Yes, that means there are going to be things that, as a Nintendo fan, I'm not extremely knowledgeable on. As an example, Red Dead Redemption 2 on my brand new Xbox One X decided to install via download instead of off the physical discs included. Why is that? I honestly have no idea. Though I presume there is a setting I can change to probably fix that. Anyways, the point here isn't to be extremely knowledgeable. In fact, it's possible this can be used as a conversation starter to increase Nintendo fans' knowledge of the rest of gaming. And at times clear up some common misconceptions. However, there are going to be times, like in this debut episode, when it feels like I am touting Nintendo over someone else. That isn't actually intentional or the point, but it comes with the territory. So without further ado, let's just get right into this episode of Side Quest. Today we're talking about Fallout 76. First off, thank you reviewers and gamers who have uploaded videos on this game for me to watch. You have utterly convinced me that Fallout 76 is not worth my time or investment, at least not at current pricing. Maybe as a free-to-play game, I'd at least give it a chance. Maybe, possibly, but I probably still would be wasting my time. But thank you. For starters, as a Nintendo fan, it's hard for me not to like Bethesda, the parent studio for this game. They brought us late ports of Doom and Wolfenstein 2, with the promise of these games' sequels also coming to Switch. They also brought us Skyrim, and hear me out as I know Skyrim is on everything, including a fun little ditty on Amazon's Alexa. Skyrim wasn't on Wii U. Yeah, you heard that right, like Skyrim actually wasn't on a platform it could have been on. So it appearing on Switch does mean a little something extra for Nintendo fans, despite it being a game from 2011. So Bethesda has been, for the most part, pretty good to us in an unexpected way. And when they do that, we tend to look at the rest of their library and realize, hey, this company makes some pretty great games. Fallout, Prey, Rage 2, oh, how I want you to be on Switch so bad! Elder Scrolls, Starfield, Quake, Dishonored 1 and 2, and The Evil Within appear to me, even if I haven't played every game and every entry in a given series, as really high-quality products. Heck, it was Bethesda not so long ago touting how much single-player experiences matter in the wake of the rest of the industry focusing on microtransactions, loot boxes, and multiplayer experiences. Then, Fallout 76 happened. Something that truly felt like the complete opposite of everything Bethesda stands for. It's a multiplayer MMO-style Fallout game with very few NPCs, to the point players in-game actually decided to start acting like NPCs for new players to make the game more appealing, a fault in game design that players should not really need to correct, and constant crashes, especially on PC, multiplayer that doesn't actually match up with what was advertised at E3, performance on the whole is really wonky, there's glitches in the power suits, campsites are constantly breaking, and for a Fallout game in particular, the inventory itself is actually pretty minuscule, at least at launch. On the surface, these feel like things that simply mean the game was rushed. In fact, I've heard rumors that Fallout 76 devs are working just as hard on the game right now as they were before the game launched. You know what that sounds like to me? They shipped a game that wasn't finished. Because reasons. I don't think I've ever been so thankful for a game to not come to Switch than I am right now. It certainly saved me $60. So of course, a lot of this was fixed with patches naturally, right? Well, kinda. The first patch, a 47 gigabyte behemoth, landed on November 19th. The end result? It's one of those stability updates that addresses absolutely nothing that was actually broken in the game. I guess maybe frame rate improved by a couple frames? Maybe? No one is even really sure what that update even did. In wake of all the game's issues, Bethesda did try to be honest with consumers. On November 27th, they announced that they were working on fixing all of the game's issues, and they will be way more transparent with these updates and all future game updates. On December 4th, a new patch is released that does have more detailed patch notes. Hey, Bethesda delivering on what they said they would. That's good news, right? I mean, sure, they did technically, They did fix some of the bugs and all that, but they did so while leaving out of the notes massive, sweeping changes to the game's economy. In particular, the game nerfed many aspects of it without telling anyone, which in turn created new bugs. Some players would log in with a different set of power armor than they had, and frustratingly were unable to switch back to their old suit for whatever reason. The game has been freezing more since that patch, and enemies themselves are just popping back up with full health randomly now. A common bug seen in other MMOs when an enemy gets caught and bugs out on something like a tree or a wall, except this is happening when you're right on top of them. It also wasn't happening before the patch. So, why did I go into this long, winding trail of garbage in regards to this absolutely craptastic show of a AAA $60 product? Because Fallout 76 appears to me to be greed at its finest. Did I mention they plan to add in microtransactions later too? How about the special Armored Edition Canvas Bag issue? Seriously, they promised a canvas bag in a special edition, then gave everyone a nylon bag instead. The excuse? It was too expensive to deliver on a $200 product. Then, when they finally addressed this and had folks contact them to get the canvas bag sent to them 6 months from now, it led to a massive leaking of player account data and information because they couldn't even be trusted to correct their own screw-up without screwing up more. The latest issue stems from another Fallout-related item they were selling for $80. It's called the Nuka Dark Rum, a type of alcoholic beverage in the game in a glass bottle that almost looks like an old-school Coca-Cola bottle. They created this, sold it, and while it hasn't even shipped to most people yet and has seen various delays, some disturbing news is coming out about this product as well. Want that legit replica of the in-game rum? Well, the in-game rum comes in a glass bottle. This one comes in plastic. Meanwhile, other games and companies that have done this give you a much higher quality glass bottle and packaging that matches the price of the product, just like when you would purchase any other premium alcoholic beverage. Pretty interesting, no? Honestly, this last complaint is probably the weakest in the entire side quest exploration of Fallout 76, but it's just another bad look for a company that had been getting so much right in my eyes, and many gamers' eyes, for decades. None of this makes Bethesda another Ubisoft or EA, or maybe Fallout 76 is this one-off project that will never affect anything else at the company. But from the outside looking in, I have to say this is one of the crappiest looks I have seen for a long time for a company with such a pristine reputation. And this is coming from a fan of Nintendo that has had to endure things like Wii Music and Hotel Mario and Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival. It really hurts to even say that one. Why we didn't get into Animal Crossing games beyond me. And Abominations that are basically demos sold at full price games in, well, Mario Tennis Ultra Smash. Seriously, Nintendo, should have never released that one. I mean, I could go on and on about all the bad stuff Nintendo has done, but Fallout 76 almost deserves its own category. If this was an EA game, I don't think anyone would be surprised. But this isn't. This is a Bethesda production for one of their major IPs that goes against the company's prior stance, introduces loot boxes soon, by the way. Hello, lunchboxes. Yeah, I didn't talk much about you, but I see you. And it's a broken mess and doesn't really even feel like a Fallout experience in the first place, surrounded by laziness and cut corners in both the game development and the products selling around it. This is, for lack of a better word, an embarrassment. I really, really want to like Bethesda and hope all their games come to Switch moving forward. Did you see that teaser for the new Elder Scrolls game? I don't even know if that could run on Switch, but I'd love to see them try. But I really hope this becomes one of those mistaken one-off attempts by Bethesda to conform to all of the worst parts of the AAA video game industry, rather than an indictment on other future titles. I swear, if lunchboxes appear in Doom Eternal next, I've lost all faith in humanity. This has been SideQuest, a new series by yours truly, Nathaniel Rufflejans from Nintendo Prime. Thanks for tuning in, and let's continue to have an ongoing conversation about the state of Bethesda and Fallout 76 in the comments below. That being said, I want to thank all of you guys for tuning in. Be sure to enter our Nintendo Switch Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Nintendo Switch giveaway down in the description through the Gleam.io link. And as always, folks, I will catch you guys in the next one.